Hello YouTube, welcome to the short attention span garage. My welder crapped out. Everybody said, don't get that Chinese crap. Well, I rolled the dice. And I got a good 2 years out of it. Mostly AC, aluminum, about 50% AC aluminum, 50% DC, just about everything's over 80 amps. I got a little thermal arc Dragster 85 right there. I've had that since about 2010. Still kicking ass. That's just DC though, and it does TIG and stick, but it's scratch start. Either way, it still works. So I finished the job on that using sticks. Anyway, I emailed AHP. They sent me these two documents. I'll upload them to my Google Drive, and I'll leave them links in the description so they can be downloaded. But basically, it's for testing the driver board and testing the high frequency board. Here's what happened to my AHP AlphaTIG. Yeah, AlphaTIG 201XD. I was using it. I ran a bead around 170 amps. By the way, it's plugged into 240 volts AC power. Right there on the wall. 50 amp circuit. Not a generator. This ain't some ghetto shit here. And it's fed by 6.2 Romex. So it is a solid 50 amps, so no arguments on the power supply. Anyway, I ran my first bead. It was only like 1.5 inches long. Stopped the weld. Took me, I don't know, 10 seconds. So duty cycles are relevant here. Stopped, repositioned the work in the vise, went to strike another arc. Nothing. No high frequency, no arc, couldn't scratch start anything. The gas would start from hitting the throttle or from hitting the pedal, but I got no arc whatsoever. I tried settings, I tried scratch start, I tried stick, I tried every setting I could on the front of this thing to try and get it to fire. Nothing. So I basically killed it and sent AHP an email, and then I busted out my little dragster to finish the job. So anyway, back to the documents. They sent me these documents. I'm not going to test them. As you can see, I already did some tests, and then I thought I should probably record this. But basically, I'm going to pause the video and go through the tests and fill out all this information that I'm supposed to see and show you specifically. Oh, by the way, this is the driver board. This is what I'm seeing. I'm thinking is part of the problem because I have no voltage output at the terminal leads. Terminal leads, it's where you hook up your welder, the ground and the electrode. I think it's the driver board, but I'm going to troubleshoot both. So I'm going to pause it for a little bit, go through the motions, get some more data, and come back. Alright, I'm all done. I'm just going to go over where everything is on this thing. So, set your meter up. X9 at the back of the top board. Should measure around 150 volts AC. There is X9 right here. I measured over 1,000. My meter only goes to 1,000. So, and I did that multiple times. I confirmed the meter on various sources of known voltage. It is metering out over 1,000 volts. These two, X12 and X1, are right here. X12 and X1. And when running, I did measure 336.4 volts DC on both of those terminals. Next one up here, X13, is on the other side of the high frequency board, over here, right there with the blue and the yellow going to it. Let me zoom back a little bit so you can see where it is. Right there. Let's see, I should have had 50, 60 volts DC. I had nothing. And then the last ones to meter X10 on the side of the high frequency board. Let's go back over there. Those two little guys right there, X9 and X10. As you can see, kind of small terminals. Zoom back a little bit. It even says X9 and X10. There you can kind of see it in the words. Anyway, it's kind of confusing the way it's written. Measure X10 center red to yellow plus red and black. Readout should be 2 volts each. I didn't know if that was add or include red, but I did red to yellow and red to black, and I got my 2 volts. So that one worked. And then for the driver board, all these terminals, basically, back up a little bit, high frequency board. As you can see, there is the gap, the points, and there's no little red goop in there like some people have shown in their videos. That's the high frequency board. That's the driver board. And all the meter terminations are on these 2 white leads. They show you there's each one has four wires on it, and it clearly shows you what meter lead to put where, what setting to put on the welder. AC. You measure DC for everything, but you're changing the settings from AC to DC and from stick to TIG on the welder while you're measuring these various terminal places. It doesn't matter. I got nothing on all of them. I got 19 thousandths of a volt on these 2, which whoop de frickin' dang. Anyway, something is definitely cattywampus on this welder, so I'm gonna go back to Nick at AHP and see what he has to say. I'll update accordingly. All right, so it's been about a week and a half, and this is the old driver board. This is the new driver board. Basically, back and forth with AHP, did the troubleshooting process. They replied back that, yeah, it definitely sounds like my driver board crapped out. He wanted to know my address, phone number, and proof of purchase from buying this thing. I had 2 or 3 of those. The proof of purchase, I didn't save any emails from 2021 when I bought it. All I could find was a credit card statement from my bank that actually showed the transaction to AHP Tools for $630 in February of 2021. So I just took a screenshot of it and said, this is the best I can do. He said that was acceptable. He also found my purchase on their end of the thing. I don't know how he did it, but it was there somewhere. Anyway, got it for free. I've heard online people say it's like $50. I can't see this being more than a $50 board, but regardless. So when I got this out, one thing I want to bring up though, I noticed, it's kind of hard to see, but you see there's kind of like a goopy thing on the second MOSFET from the left. And then if I zoom in a little bit more, you can kind of see there's like a thin film between the first and second terminal on that one. Also, you can see a couple of those little films on the third, between between all of them on the third MOSFET. I'm moving it slowly so you can kind of see that it's not just a reflection or something behind it. It's like a film of something. The new one had none of that mess. Let me see if I can. I already installed it. But can't really see. Anyway, that wasn't there. There was a couple of other reports from people online saying that some of the MOSFETs died. They could buy replacements and slap them in there. I can solder, but not that good. I mean, I have a little solder vacuum. I could pull them out. Considering this was free, I didn't really care. Not to mention, I didn't know if that was actually the problem because I don't know how to troubleshoot MOSFETs. So I got it all buttoned up. I cranked it up. I turned it on. I keyed up the voltage. And now I am measuring 60 volts DC here to here with the unit on DC and, well, it was on stick when I was messing with it earlier. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is throw it all together, TIG and everything, and take it for a spin. I'll get back to you. Okay, so took it for a spin, AC and DC. There's my AC bead. Hey, don't judge me. I just slapped a bead down to make sure it works. I know it looks like shit. Check the amperage and everything. It was banging. It was working great. So just turn it on real quick. So basically, big indicator of a problem was if you're on AC, stick, 2T, and no pulse, doesn't matter the amperage, you should have voltage at the output terminals. And I had 0, 0. I believe that was even part of my first video. Now, you can see it's on volts DC. I got something, which is a step in there. Oop, am I in there all the way? Yeah, I got something. Better than nothing. Oh, wait, I see the... Hold on, I fucked up. 1 second. There. It went up to like 60. There we go. Okay, 60. But it's backwards. I got the leads backwards, so that's why it's negative 60 volts. But yeah, so 60 volts DC. Like I said, I got 0 last time, so this confirms it, or this is one troubleshooting technique, aside from the fact that it's not welding anymore. So, anywho, AHP, thank you for doing me a solid on this one. Board under warranty, they honored the warranty. Yeah, I had to do a little troubleshooting on my own, taking the thing apart. I don't care, I love taking things apart. Case in point, I'm building a Cobra, so yeah, I build things, I don't have a problem with it. I could see where somebody who's not that savvy electrically would take issue with it, but that's not me, so I don't care. Got the board, they honored the warranty, I'm happy about that. And I guess one other piece of saving grace is this isn't a machine that I build my life off of. My income isn't based on it. I feel really bad for the people that do. There was a few videos online where they use it for a year or two and it craps out, and they're building roll cages or docks for in the water. You know, that sucks for those people. I feel bad for them. So I got lucky that this is just a hobby machine. But anyway, they did me good, and they kept a customer, because I know there's some upgraded units out there now that are very reasonably priced, and assuming this thing lasts for the rest of my life, I probably won't need to upgrade, but if I do, I'll probably just get a new one. Seems to be a few years is par for the course for just about any new TIG welder nowadays, so I just really care about who honors the warranty. Anyway, that's it. Later.